COGS is just the beginning. Your purchase order shows the product cost, but it does not show the box it ships in, the insert you design, the prep fee or PPL charges, the dimensional weight surcharge from FedEx, the return you processed last week, or the customer service ticket about that infect. These hidden costs show up in somewhere on your P&L, usually buried in shipping or fulfillment as a lump sum. Nobody breaks them out. Nobody questions them. They eat margin quietly, and when you add them, they total thousands, sometimes tens of thousands per year. In this video, I am mapping the hidden cost landscape for DTC brands. So I will show you exactly where to look, how to measure these costs, and which ones are large enough to actually fix. This is week 1 of the Hidden Margin Killers month. Let us get into it. I'm Lara, 17 years in supply chain enterprise brand to DTC startups. Last month, we freed trapped cash through smarter inventory management. One brand freed 120K without selling anything extra. If you missed it, go watch that series. And this month, we are going after the other side of the equation, the costs eating your margin that most founders never audit. I have done this work with dozens of brands. The pattern is always the same. Costs that feel inevitable turn out to be optional. Costs that seem small add up to alarming totals. By the end of April, you will know exactly where your margin is leaking and which leaks to fix first. Let me start with the 7 categories you need to investigate. Category number 1, packaging materials. Everything in and around your product. Boxes, inserts, tissue paper, tape, stickers, thank you cards, branded elements. Most brands know their box cost, but they forget everything inside it. The unboxing experience you designed, it has a price tag, and it is often higher than you think. Category number 2 is labeling and prep fees. Every touch at your 3PL costs money. Barcodes, polybags, SKU labels, bundle stickers, special handling instructions, each one is a line item on your fulfillment invoice. Your 3PL charges for every label applied and every bag sealed across thousands of units. These fees add up fast. Category number 3, dimensional weight surcharges. This is one of the biggest. Carriers charge based on package size, not just actual weight. If your box is bigger than it needs to be, you are literally paying for air on every single shipment. Dim weight pricing is one of the largest hidden costs for brands that have not optimized packaging. And we are doing a full deep dive on this next week. Category number 4 is return processing. Returns do not just mean lost revenue, they cost money to process. Return shipping label, receiving at the warehouse, inspection, possible restocking, possible write-off. Customer service type. Every return has a true cost that goes far beyond the refund amount. Category number 5, quality failures. Quality problems multiply costs across the entire chain. An effective unit means the cost of the defect itself, a replacement ship, customer service time, possible credit or refund, and potential negative review impact. A 2% defect rate might actually be costing you 5% of margin when you trace all the downstream effects. Category number 6 is customer service load. Some SKUs generate 5 times more support tickets than others. If you have a product that consistently causes confusion or complaints, that is labor cost that should be allocated to the product. Most brands never track support tickets by SKU. And category number 7, storage and aging cost. Inventory sitting in a warehouse is not free. Storage fees are the obvious part, but aging inventory also loses value over time. And the opportunity cost of cash locked in slow-moving product is real but rarely calculated. Those are the 7 categories, and I know what you're actually thinking. How do I actually track all of this? I built an audit template that maps all 7 categories with per unit cost formulas. It is in this week's issue of Unbox Weekly, my free newsletter. Linked in the description, and we will come back to it. Now, let me tell you about the phrase that costs DTC brands thousands of dollars every year. That is just part of doing business. I hear this constantly from founders about cost they have never actually audited. Fulfillment fees just part of doing business. Return processing, just part of doing business. The dim weight surcharge, just part of doing business. Here's the problem. When everything is just part of doing the business, nothing gets optimized. Everything stays expensive because nobody ever stopped to question it. Real example, I worked with a brand spending 47K per year on packaging materials. When I asked if they had ever audited it, they said it's just boxes. What is there to audit? Turns out, plenty. Their boxes were 40% larger than needed. They were paying dim weight surcharges on every single shipment because of the oversized boxes. And they had branded tissue paper that customers threw away immediately. Custom inserts that added cost but drove zero measurable results. 47K become 31K with 3 changes. That is 16K back to margin annually just because someone finally stopped accepting that. Now, let me give you the framework for finding this cost in your own business. 5 steps. Step number 1, list all categories beyond COGS. Go beyond your purchase order. Write down every cost between PO and customer delivery. Packaging, labeling, fulfillment fees, shipping surcharges, returns processing, quality cost, customer service load, storage. Step number 2, estimate annual spend. For each category, pull your actual spending from the last 12 months. Do not guess, pull the invoices. This is where most founders get surprised. Monthly costs feel manageable. Annualize, they're often alarming. Step number 3 is to calculate cost per unit. Take each annual total and divide by units shipped. Now, you can see which costs are actually significant on a per unit basis versus which are just big numbers because of volume. Step number 4, rank by total impact. Sort by annual spend. The top items are your priorities. Remember, a 10% improvement on a 50K cost is worth more than a 50% improvement on a 2K cost. Focus follows money. Step number 5, identify your top 3 opportunities. Pick the 3 highest impact categories. These are your optimization focus for the next 90 days. Ignore the small stuff until the big stuff is fixed. Now, pulling invoices for all 7 categories and building this from scratch takes hours. The hidden cost audit template in this week's Unboxed Weekly pre-maps every category with the formulas already built. You just fill in your numbers. Free, linked in the description. Now, let me show you what this looks like in practice. A $3.2 million DTC brand ran this exact audit, and here's what they found. Packaging materials, 47K a year. Dim weight surcharges, 23K per year. Return processing is 18K per year. 3PL prep fees, 12K per year. And quality-related costs, 8K per year. Total, 108K in costs that never appeared on a single purchase order. That 108K was 3.4% of their revenue, pure margin leak. When I asked if they knew about this cost, they said, we knew we had costs, but we never added them up. That is a pattern. Individual costs feel manageable. Totaled up, they are a margin emergency. After optimization, 100K is down to 71K. 37K is back to margin. Annually, same products, same revenue, just smarter cost management. That 3.2 million brand used the same audit framework I just walked you through, and I put the exact template in this week's Unboxed Weekly so you can run the same audit this weekend. Same template, same framework, your numbers, free, link in description. If you are looking for where to start, here are the costs that kill margin for almost every DTC brand I work with. Suspect number 1, oversized boxes. You design packaging for the unboxing experience, but carriers charge by size. Every extra inch costs money on every shipment. Most brands are 20 to 40% oversized. Suspect number 2, premium packaging nobody asked for. Branded tissue paper, custom inserts, thank you cards. Some customers love it, most throw it away. Have you tested whether it actually drives retention? Suspect number 3, return rates on specific SKUs. Your overall return rate might be 8%, but one SKU might be 25%. That SKU is destroying your margin and you might not even know because you are only tracking the average. Now, suspect number 4, prep fees you never negotiated. Your 3PL charges 50 cents per unit for prep. Did you know some charge 25 cents? Have you ever asked for a rate review? Most founders accept the first number and never revisit it. Suspect number 5, quality issues accepted as normal. A 2% defect rate seems fine until you trace the full cost. Defective unit, replacement, shipping, customer service time, potential bad review. That 2% might be costing you 5% of the margin. Now, here's your homework. This weekend, run the 5-step audit on your own business. Set aside 2 to 3 hours. Pull the invoices, add up the totals, and then find your number. I have never done this audit with a brand and found nothing, ever. And here's how you make that audit 10 times faster and 10 times more useful. I write a free newsletter called Unboxed Weekly. This week's issue has the hidden cost audit template. All 7 categories pre-mapped, per unit formulas built in, annual impact calculations ready to go. You fill in your numbers, it does the math. But that is just this week. Every single week, you get one deep dive supply chain playbook with the exact scripts, frameworks, and tactics to fix whatever we call for it. The video shows you where the leaks are. Unbox Weekly gives you the tools to plug in every single week for free. And when you subscribe, before your first weekly issue, you get a 7-day tactical welcome series, 7 playbooks in 7 days. Day 1 is 10 negotiation scripts. Use them to renegotiate every single cost in this video. Your 3PL fees, your shipping rates, your packaging vendors, word for word scripts. Day number 2, carton optimization guide. The number 1 fix for dim weight surcharges. This alone has saved brands 15% on logistics. Then COGS playbook, vendor audit checklist, fulfillment strategy, sourcing diversification, and team building. 7 days, 7 playbooks, all for free. Most subscribers tell me the welcome series alone is worth more than courses they have paid hundreds of dollars for. The costs in this video, they feel inevitable, but they're not. They just have not been questioned yet. Unbox Weekly is how you start questioning them every single week, and it is free. The cost of not reading it, that is the real hidden cost. Link in the description. It takes 10 seconds. This is week 1 of Hidden Margin Killers. Coming up, the dim weight deep dive, the fulfillment cost audit checklist, and an 18K packaging redesign case study. Subscribe so you do not miss it. Drop your audit number in the comments. I read every single one. See you next week.